referendum went no. Like they were like, what? So I think there is some change, but I think it's more communities that drive that change than governments, I guess.
Right. So you do also do a lot of community work as well.
Yep.
So what what do you enjoy most about working for the community?
So I think a big part of my career, look, when I was about, I don't want to go too much into the story, but I was about 21, where I was saying like I had issues in my life, all this kind of stuff was going on, and Ash was like, "Well, what are you going to do with your life? What are we doing?" And I wanted, I suppose, in a moment of clarity that I had realised that a lot of the issues in my life wasn't so much because of me, but rather of what was the external factors that were contributing to what was leading me down these paths. And I suppose in that moment, I was angry and upset. And then I decided that I wanted to go to uni and I wanted to use my experiences to make change. And we were fortunate enough where Ash was also studying. She'd received a scholarship for nursing, and I was able to work not as much, so I could go to uni, and where I learned a lot more about things. And
Mm.
I suppose it was for me personally, like you think you're going to have kids one day, and that's something that's always like, I'm like, what world am I going to bring my kids in? What can I do to make things better and different from them? Because people, I suppose, sometimes people think they're powerless, but you're really not. Like, it is a struggle. It is hard to make change, but I think if you're persistent and committed and clear on what you're trying to achieve, then you'll get there. And look, a good example. I'm not sure how many people know me and my partner who watch the podcast, but Ash becoming the first Aboriginal councillor in the city of Melton, first in decades. That wasn't done through anyone particularly helping us. That was done through, on our own backs, our own work, our own. This is what we want for the community, and it's about bringing everyone in on that journey as well. Because you'll find a lot of issues that impact mob impact a lot of other people, especially out here in the western suburbs, which is a disadvantaged community. Lots of different nationalities and migrant groups, and I often find through my community work, what I've done, like through neighbourhood houses, fundraisers, all different kind of things. I find that everybody tends to have the same issue, but they go it alone and they don't come together. And look, it is hard to come together at times because people do have different views and beliefs. And you'll find that though, it's like if you put 10 people in a room, everyone's saying the same thing, they're just saying it differently, and they all think they're right. Whereas if you took a
Mm.
minute to listen to people, you'd find, hang on, we're all on the same page here. We actually need change. And that's kind of like a lot of stuff that happens. And I think, yeah, look, I've probably diverged off the question of why I got into it, but yeah, I got into it because I didn't like what I'd experienced, and I don't want anyone else to experience what I experienced, and I want to be. I want to try changing it. I feel, you've got two options in life. You can either sit back and say, oh, I can't do anything, or you can get up and say, you know what, I'm at least going to try and make this change. And I think having my background of a troubled, and this doesn't always work in my favor, but having that troubled youth background, having that sort of lived experience, the street smarts, you can walk into a situation and when someone's talking crap to your face, and you can call them out. I do that. I'm a pretty straight talking person. I won't beat around the bush, which sometimes people don't like. I'm like that at work as well. I just believe, I think if you're working together with people, you need to know where your boundaries are and where you can go and where you can't. There's no point working on something and someone's feeding you lies, thinking you're progressing when you're not. Like, you put your work and put your time to an outcome. So, and it's not always, some things you need to fight for, like the example we had a yarn before prior to
Yeah.
this around some of the stuff which will be in the media coming up. And you just got to, people always tell me you need to pick your battles. I try and fight all of them, but maybe
Yeah.
pick your battles. So, but I think if yeah, I just wanted change. I just didn't want a continuation. I wanted the cycle to end here with me, and I wanted something different for the kids and everyone else as well.
Cool. I'm watching